What's up, everybody? It's your boy Brandon Blakeney, aka Brandon Lee TV. Welcome back to the Live with Brandon Blakeney podcast. Now kick back, relax, and come take a ride with me. Now I gotta say, this week, speaking solely right now, Caitlyn Clark has to be the biggest name in women's college basketball and now the WNBA, period. Just women's basketball in general, man. There's so much going on, man. She's got creepy reporters trying to talk to her. She just signed an 8-figure multi-year exclusive shoe deal with Nike, and people are upset. WNBA players and media alike are split down the middle going at it on social media right now. On top of that, her jersey on Fanatics is the highest selling for any rookie in WNBA history. Majority of the jerseys sold out in just an hour on the Fanatics website. Teams have had to move venues for when she comes to town with the Indiana Fever this upcoming season because the seating isn't enough to contain the Caitlyn Clark mania. But what does it all mean? We got a lot to digest here, folks. But before we get into all that, make sure y'all hit that subscribe button for all the latest and the greatest, and join our memberships. We got that exclusive content coming daily, weekly, whenever you need it. Now, let's get into it.
You are now locked into the Live with Brandon Blakeney podcast. Here is your host, Brandon Blakeney.
Caitlyn Clark has not played a WNBA basketball game yet. She was just drafted this week, and we're seeing the monumental impact that she's already having on the game. And I gotta say this right now, man. The league needs Caitlyn Clark to be a star, to elevate them to heights they've never seen. They really need her to be a star. Everything is lining up perfectly for her to succeed at the next level, though. The marketability is there, man. The image, the likeness, Gatorade, Nike that we mentioned just signed her to a multi-year contract that people are reporting. I saw it from Shams first. It's reportedly over $20 million, y'all. So I think it's safe to say that she definitely made the right choice of choosing the WNBA over alternative options. This is a historic payday in women's basketball, man. And it's just showing, one, I think, what is possible. But now we know that she will be one of only 3 players joining Breanna Stewart and Sabrina Ionescu with their signature shoes. Clark hasn't played a game yet. And on the one side, I just want to say this. I think that we can appreciate Caitlyn Clark's deal, her popularity, and what it's doing to the game without throwing shade or dragging any other players. But the thing is, somehow, A'ja Wilson of the Las Vegas Aces, league MVP, got dragged into this. And a lot of people are wondering how Clark got a shoe before Wilson. Now, I know people will say Caitlyn's marketable. Right? That's the thing. She's marketable, and we can look at it. A'ja Wilson has a little over 195,000 followers on X, while Caitlyn Clark has over 330,000 followers. On Insta, Wilson has 850,000 followers. That's compared to 2 million for Caitlyn Clark. So you have to entertain that, yeah, we got to say that Caitlyn is more marketable. And, just showing what her jersey sales did, we know that. But that is not to say that A'ja Wilson is not marketable. I mean, we're talking about NCAA champ, National Player of the Year, 2-time WNBA champ, 2-time WNBA MVP, 2-time WNBA Defensive Player of the Year, 5-time All-Star, 3-time All-First Team, 3-time WNBA blocks leader, a 3-time gold medalist, a New York Times best-selling author. So, for people out there, I saw a tweet that was saying that she was jealous of Caitlyn Clark. Now, we're coming in with that resume. We're talking about one of the most decorated women's basketball player walking the planet right now. So, to say all that, to say that, we just saw Wilson being named to the Times 100 most influential people's list. We just saw Wilson get named to Time's 100 most influential people's list. That's marketability. Like, she is marketable. Like, Caitlyn Clark can get her shoe and she's well deserving of it for sure. There's no doubt about it. Like, the demand is there. Nike is a business. They're there to make $1. And that Caitlyn Clark shoe is gonna sell, man. We see what Sabrina's shoe's doing. So there's no shade to Caitlyn Clark, but we don't have to, dump on A'ja Wilson to lift up Caitlyn Clark, because A'ja Wilson is definitely deserving. She should have got a shoe 2 years ago. Now, she's got her own color scheme, her own colorway, but she does not have a signature shoe. Is it because Nike thinks that her shoe won't sell? I don't know, but I've been seeing so many comments debating on both sides on X, man, and it's been crazy. A'ja tweeted Psalm 37:7. This was quoted by Paradise Kobe. The jealousy in the WNBA is crazy. Caitlyn about to bring a new level of viewership to your league, and you hating on her? I mean, I don't know if that's necessarily hating. And then A'ja Wilson hits him with the Buki, y'all. LOL, no one is jealous, Buki. I have no reason to be. LOL, I truly wish all 143 the best for real. Our league is hard as hell. So to thrive and stay in it consistently is huge. So please stop with this jealous stuff. And then WNBA players are already outraged as well, man. Been speaking their minds. Sydney Colson said, I might get a shoe before A'ja Wilson at this point, at this rate. I love the tweet from Don Staley. A1 top shelf, South Carolina stand up, WBB women's basketball stand up. Everyone who dares to care for a young person who's opening doors for us all. A'ja Wilson, you are her. Stamped. Another tweet, they only like to market guards. She should go to Puma like Stewie. Then where the F is Skylar Diggins Smith's signature shoe, since y'all keep pulling up Insta followers and talking marketability? Please tell me what's the issue here. Sky Diggs 1 million followers on Insta compared to Stewie's 351K. Now, I'm not gonna lie, it's plain ridiculous that Skylar Diggins don't have a shoe. I'm with A'ja Wilson too, but Skylar Diggins definitely should have a shoe as well. Should have been had a shoe. She was like one of the most famous women's college basketball players on the planet. Lil Wayne in his prime had a Skylar Diggins jersey on stage performing. Y'all, do you know what that means? If you know, you know. There's no way Skylar Diggins shouldn't have a shoe, though. If we are talking about followers, because that was a point that I brought up that I do think impacts things. I don't think it's the all-in be-all, but I do think it impacts things. But that's another very valid point from dude on Twitter, man. Just expressing that, hey, if it's all about followers, where is Scott Dixon? I love that commentary. I love that name was thrown in there. I think that was a good interjection. But my takeaway from this, well, actually, first, there were a couple more tweets I want to look at. So I wanted to talk about Doug Gottlieb and Jamel Hill for a minute. So one guy, Tyrell, tweeted, she's not as marketable, talking about A'ja Wilson. Let's not make this a race thing, because it's not that at all. And then Jamel Hill follows up with, why isn't A'ja Wilson marketable? College grad, national and WNBA champion, best-selling author, Olympic gold medalist. What is she missing? I'm happy to entertain any substantive ideas. And then Gottlieb says, Jamel is confusing accomplished and talented with marketable. I mean, can't you be both? Hill followed up with, you realize something has to appeal to people on a mass scale to sell a book, right? And to be on the New York Times bestseller list. And by the way, I didn't say any of these ladies didn't deserve a shoe deal, but I find it curious the best player in the league who has proven to be marketable doesn't have one. Gottlieb follows up with, not really. I was today years old that I found out she had a best-selling book. Selling a book is about great storytelling and smart promotion. Kids buy sneaks. Nike pumps up Sabrina by making them team shoes to replace Kyrie's. Very few NBA players have a signature shoe. Why? They don't sell. Seeing the back and forth, a lot has been brought up about the race issue too, that all the signature shoe athletes in the WNBA are white players. I'm not saying it has anything to do with race, but I am saying that it is long overdue that A'ja Wilson and Scott Diggs get their signature shoe, man. Clark is well deserving, and I think she's doing exceptional things for the league already. Like, she hasn't even played a game, and they're breaking all types of records. Over 2 million people who watched the WNBA draft, man. They almost doubled they more than doubled their viewers for the highest previous draft. Like, Caitlyn Clark is doing numbers right now. She's sensational for the game. She's been nothing but humble, and she should absolutely be celebrated. But so should the entire league. Everybody should be celebrated. There's room for everybody to eat. Everybody eats. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just wondering how this is going to play out. If there's going to be more jealousy, more animosity from her, to her, from other players around the league. We know for a fact, anytime Caitlyn matches up with anybody, they're going to be trying to bust her rump now. Because it is getting crazy, the publicity and the records and the accolades. And we were just talking about that WNBA contract she signed. Well, she's definitely not worried about that little brunch money now that the Indiana Fever are paying her. I'm just saying, compared to what she's getting from Nike, people, it's crazy. But she's earned it all. She's well deserved. I don't know, I don't feel like this is a racial type of thing, but that's what it's spurring right now. And it seems like Caitlyn Clark, man, is always getting pitted up against somebody, whether it's Angel Reese or, A'ja Wilson. And A'ja Wilson hasn't done anything to deserve anything bad to said about her in this situation either. She just out here being patient, waiting her time. She's put in the work, though, and she's definitely deserving. So if she is being impatient, if she does feel like she got slighted, she has a right to feel that way. But it's not any animosity towards Caitlyn Clark. More so just, what the heck is Nike waiting on? But again, we saw Wnba get a shoe before Joker. I'm just saying, Marketability, if they think that they can make $1, Nike is pulling the trigger. It's a business. Would people buy A'ja Wilson shoes over Caitlyn Clark's at this moment? I don't know necessarily, because to be real, we got to be honest here, and there's no disrespect, because A'ja Wilson's a dog, but Caitlyn Clark is probably the more known celebrity at this point. I mean, we just the views. There's been more eyeballs on her watching her play, man. Now, everybody should have been locked in when A'ja Wilson was giving out work at South Carolina a few years ago, but, that wasn't the case in 2016. Just women's basketball didn't have the same amount of command, demand, and eyes and viewership and marketability that we're seeing right now, where people are pouring in millions of dollars, brands, into these athletes and into the sport in general now. It's tough, but hey, without the Maya Moores, without the A'ja Wilsons, without the Candace Parkers, without the Scott Diggs, there is no Caitlyn Clark. So we're seeing that their work, without the Cheryl Millers, the work that they put in, Cheryl Swoops, the work that they put in previously has opened up and made these opportunities possible for players like Caitlyn Clark and others in this 2024 class. But y'all let me know how y'all feel in the comments, man, because this has been a very heavy debated topic for the last few days, and it's getting crazy out here, man. But y'all holler at your boy. Let me know how y'all feel about the situation. I know it's going to be must-watch TV when the Fever match up against the Aces in Vegas. But y'all holler at your boy. Let me know how y'all feel. Appreciate everybody showing love, subscribing, liking, commenting, doing what y'all do. Until next time, hey, we out.